position, the 81S of Dylan Spreen out of Salado, Texas with 377 points. Rounding out your top 10, the 15, Ty Paxton out of Boerne, Texas with 379. In ninth position, the 24 of Colby Urbanovsky from Kingsville with 391. And a big jump up to eighth position, the 3 of James Pena out of Austin, Texas with 436 points in eighth position. So a big jump, almost 45 points there jump between ninth and eighth position. In seventh position, the 08 of Danielle Long. Danielle Long from Gonzales with 455 points. In sixth position, the 72 of Landon Cybery from New Braunfels. Landon Cybery with 512 points. And rounding out your top 5, the 12N of Keith Lisher out of Temple with 552 points. So another big jump there, almost 40 points jump from 6th to 5th. Top 4 now, Brandon Spreen out of Boerne, Texas. Brandon Spreen in the 88 with 604 points, so another big jump. In third position, the 12T of Dylan Coyne out of Boerne, Texas. Dylan Coyne with a big jump to 693 in third position. 693 to 604. So that's 89 points difference. In second position, the 25 of Dylan Budnick, who's here tonight out of Boerne, Texas. Dylan Budnick with 826 points, so a big jump. And then first position right now out of Danbury, Texas, the 41T of Dustin Rude. Dustin Rude holding on to the lead in the Dwarf Car Series of Texas with 948 points, so more than 120 points jump up there for the top position. So it looks like next up we're going to have our feature races for the go-karts out there. We'll start with the youngsters in the feature races. We'll get them lined up side by side. And we'll work all the way up to our adult Predator carts. That is right. That's right, folks. Adults out there racing those flat carts, the Predator carts that you see that do not have a full roll cage. If you're looking to get into racing, the Predator carts might be a good place to start there. We race the Predator carts every so often here at I-37. They've also got them down at South Texas Speedway, or what was South Texas Speedway, now the South Texas Race Ranch in Corpus Christi, and in Texana, TRP, Texana Raceway Park, down in Victoria. So adult flat carts being raced all over South Texas. I know of a few that are for sale, so if you're interested in getting started in racing, I think you can get your hands on a adult Predator cart for under $1,500. Probably need to get some safety gear out there. You need a helmet, you need a neck collar and some gloves and stuff like that, but you can race adult Predator carts all over South Texas on the weekends. And I think there's going to be another track coming online, L87 Speedway. Usually during the winter, L87 Speedway has races. It's a nice, small 16th of a mile speedway down there near Corpus. So if you're looking for a cart, looking for a Predator cart to get started in, let me know. I might be able to get you hooked up with somebody who's selling one. But it's a good way to get started into racing, good way to get to know how racing works and lineups work, and racing side by side with other folks. If you've never experienced it, it's quite fun to enjoy.
too tall, could've used a few pounds. Tight pants, points, hollering out. She was a black-haired beauty with big dark eyes, and points all her own, sitting way up high. Way up firm and high. Out past the cornfields where the woods got heavy. Out in the back seat of my '60 Chevy, working on mysteries without any clues, working on our night moves, trying to make some front page driving news, working on our night moves. In the summertime,
here comes the adult predator carts out for their feature. Good little group of adult predator carts out there. And the green flag waves. We'll see how western it gets out there. Oh, already got one off in turn number 2. Get them turned around. I think we're going to stay green. Oh, got another one turned around in turn 2. Gonna make sure everybody gets by safely, and he runs over the cone. That cone didn't do anything to you. Oh, got another one turned around in turn 2. Looks like the same cart. They stay green. Yellow, yellow. Looks like there was some debris up there in turn number 3. Debris in 3, that rhymes. Single file. And the green flag's in the air. Oh, looks like a little bump and go there in turn number 2. The white flag is out. Half a lap to go. And there's the checkered flag. Oh, stuck up in turn number 1. Looks like that will conclude our go-kart program for our intermission. So we'll be getting back to racing action here in just a little bit. If everybody wants to start making your way back to your seats. We're also going to do our 50-50 drawing here, so you got your 50-50 tickets out. Looks like $167 for the 50-50 drawing tonight. $167 going to the winner. So I'm going to shake up this bucket. Looks like we got a couple different colors of tickets here. We got yellow and orange, or pink and orange. I don't see too good. But here we go. I have a ticket. It's an orange ticket. Orange ticket. Ticket number 136994. 136994. If you have that orange ticket, come and see me right here between the two stands. I've got a prize for you. One 136994. Huh? What I'm doing right now? 167. $167. I think we have a winner. Let me see. 136994. That looks like a match. Congratulations. You can say that you went to a dirt track and took home some money. Not many people can say that. All right, looks like we're just about ready to get started with our feature races. So, sorry about that. I tried to draw your number. Those numbers are so small, I can't see them. Here will be our feature race order. We've got the factory stocks coming up first. Then we've got the Dwarf Car Series, limited modifieds, sport compacts, and we'll finish the night up with the IMCA modified $1,000 fast shaft qualifier feature race here tonight. Once again, sponsored by Sundowner Diesel. Thanks to those guys for putting together a nice purse and having the ability to do the fast shaft qualifier. So here come the factory stocks. Factory stock feature race lineup will look like this. Starting on the pole will be the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore. Outside of him, the 91 of Jared Maupin. Row number 2, the 66 of Johnny Torres and the 24 of Paul Reyes. Row number 3, the 99 of Alan Alexander and the 41 of Franco Krulik. Row number 4, the 98 of Brandon Gaither and the 53K of Casey Kraus. Row number 5, the 15L of Daniel Lopez, and outside of him will be the 18 of Kyle Kirkland. Row number 6, the 92R of Robert Keelik, and outside of him the 20 of Mike Lyon. Row number 7, the 10 of Scott Jerkins and the 3D of Johnny Walker Brown. Row number 8, the 38K of Billy Kinnaman, scheduled. I also see the 44 of Austin Bean scheduled, although I don't see him out there. It says Billy here, but it says Billy. All right, well, I don't see him on the track either way. He's not out there, so let me see. He's in the middle. Okay, he's taking a shortcut. So Sonny Kinnaman, 38K, and the 25F of Robert Fox bringing up the rear there. So we'll get these guys in order. Looks like we'll have at least one more parade lap. Cameron Dinsmore starting on the pole in the 8C, the young man out of Kerrville, Texas. That car out there, the 8C, having an identity crisis. That's definitely Monte Carlo Caprice top part of the car, but the front of the car has got a Camaro nose on it, so car doesn't know what it is. But anyway, it's fast no matter what it is. 8C Cameron Dinsmore, lights out. We're going to get our feature races started right now. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Factory stock racing, here we go. The 66 of Johnny Torres now all over the back bumper of the 8 of Cameron Dinsmore, trying to push him up to the top side of the track. Meanwhile, the 91 of Jared Maupin moves up to the top and holds on to the top spot for the first lap of this race. Woo, it's a little dusty out there, folks. This Texas sun drying up all the moisture in this track. 91, Jared Maupin going to bring it around for lap number 2 in the top position. Yellow, yellow. We got one around in turn number 3. Looks like that got it spun around and headed the right direction now. As the dust clears around the track, we'll see if there was anything else that brought out the caution. 91, Jared Maupin jumping out front to the lead. 66, Johnny Torres finds himself in second. Now the 8C of Cameron Dinsmore started this one on the pole and moves back to third. Franco Krulik in the 41 started in 6th, now finds himself in 4th. Alan Alexander has a little bit of shuffling happen to him, but he started in 5th, and he's still in 5th. Paul Reyes in the 24 started 4th. Now he's back to 6th position in this race. But we will see what happens as the laps tick down. I think we got about 3 laps down. We're going to take them 20 laps for this feature race, 20 laps the distance. The 38K of Sonny Kinnaman checking in through the infield one more time. Looks like he got it back under control. We'll rejoin the back of the pack. We're going to get these guys set up 2 by 2 for our Texas 2-step restart. Track officials trying to get these guys lined up 2 by 2 right behind the 91 of Jared Maupin. Jared Maupin going to have the choice of where to start and when to start. Looks like the 38K of Sonny Kinnaman going back into the infield. Not sure what he's getting checked on. Looks like the driver's side window net is down, so not sure if that was the issue, but we're about to go green flag, and here we are. Once again, the 91 of Jared Maupin steps on the gas. We send him down off into turn number 1 and 2, and down the backstretch, Maupin pulls ahead of the 66 of Johnny Torres by a couple car lengths. Maupin has moved up to the top side of the track, trying to make the top side work. Meanwhile, Johnny Torres in the 66 working alongside the bottom. Oh, we got a crumble up in turn number 3. The 99 of Alan Alexander facing the wrong direction in that one. I'm not sure if there was contact involved, but 99 of Alexander stuck up in turn number 3, bringing out the yellow flag. We'll see if he can get it restarted. It is possible that the caution being called on the 41 of Franco Krulik. Franco Krulik up there in turn number 2, moving backwards to the back of the pack. Franco Krulik was up to 4th place at one point a couple laps ago, and now he finds himself in the back of the pack for drawing the yellow flag. Looks like we're going to give the 99 of Alan Alexander his position back. He finds himself now in 3rd, right ahead of the 98. Brandon Gaither. We line them up 2 by 2. Once again, the 91 of Jared Maupin will have the choice of where and when to start this race. Lights are out. All eyes on the 91, that bright silver chrome machine coming out of turn number 3. He holds him up, now lets him go, coming out of turn 3, coming to the green flag. Number 10, Scott Jerkins, goes around. Looks like we're going to stay green. He gets it turned around in just enough time. There's a good battle right now for the 4th position between Cameron Dinsmore and the 53K of Casey Kraus. The black and blue 53K battling against the white and blue number 8 of Cameron Dinsmore. Looks like Kraus will have the advantage going into turn number 3. Picks up the 4th position. Oh, the 15 of Daniel Lopez off the pace. It looks like Daniel may have come into contact with the front stretch wall. Daniel Lopez still on the track for the moment, but I believe he has a flat right rear tire. Keeping an eye on that 15 machine. I believe he's going to have to go in, and he does. The right rear tire is not the tire you want to have a flat on and try to continue this race. Oh, look out! Oh, my goodness, we got a pile up. Pile up in turn number 2. Looks like the 53 of Kraus maybe got involved with the 99 of Alexander. The 41 of Franco Krulik had nowhere to go. Or sorry, that's not the 99, that's the 18. The 18 of Kyle Kirkland, unable to maneuver away from the spinning 53. The tow truck there on the front stretch is lurking. We're not sure if the tow truck is needed at this moment, but the tow truck is lurking. Looks like the couple cars still stuck up in turn number 2. They may be stuck together. We have to get them pulled apart. Or no, sorry. Brandon Gaither. Brandon Gaither in the 98 finds himself now in second position. I am not sure what happened to the 66 of Johnny Torres, but I don't see him on the track any longer. So the 98 and the 99, they exchanged pleasantries earlier in the heat race. Now they find themselves yet again side by side. Brandon Gaither and Alan Alexander. Looks like we got them pulled apart. The 53K of Casey Kraus heads off into the infield. Might need to get a tire changed. Or maybe not. Looks like he's headed back out onto the racing surface. So we'll see if he rejoins the pack. And it looks like they pushed the 18 of Kirkland right into an infield tractor tire, so that's going to impede his progress. Trying to pull that infield tractor tire out from underneath the car.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
A little bit of a failure to communicate there for the track officials. And there it goes. The infield tractor tire looks like it is free now. Got to roll that tractor tire back into position. So here we go. We're getting them lined back up side by side. We're going to resume green flag racing here. Lights will go out as the 91 of Jared Maupin moves onto the backstretch. So yet again, Jared Maupin will have the control of this race and when to start it. The 98, Brandon Gaither, hot on his trail. Green flag comes out. Keep an eye on the battle between the 98 and the 99. Looks like the 99 of Alexander slowed up a little bit on that one. Here comes the 8 of Dinsmore along the top side of this track. Dinsmore moved up to the top side in that 8 machine, and it just did not work. Coming out of turn 4, he loses a few positions. Oh no, look out in turn number 4. The 20 of Mike Lyon goes around. Mike Lyon in the 20 going to bring out another yellow. I'm pretty sure that there was contact involved with that one, but I'm not sure who it was. Coming out of turn number 4. We'll see if there are any telltale signs on the front fenders of the rest of these cars. Looks like the 10 of Scott Jerkins has a little front fender damage. The 41 of Franco Krulik has a little front fender damage there.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do.
The 20 of Mike Lyons still down there in turn number 4, trying to get him turned around. And once again, looks like we're going to have to put the 20 of Mike Lyon on the hook, which possibly means that that was an issue with the car itself and maybe not with contact. Might have had an issue with the rear end, maybe broken axle, locked up rear end, something like that.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Mike Lyon trying to hitch a ride there with the tow truck. Earlier, I accidentally said that the 98 was being driven by Brandon Spreen. That is incorrect. That is Brandon Gaither in the 98, so my apologies there. Mike Lyon in the 20 getting on the hook and pulled back to the infield. So we're about to get this race started once again. We've lost a lot of cars in this one. We're down to 9. 9 cars still in this race, a race of attrition. But Jared Maupin in the 91, still your leader after all of these restarts. 98 of Brandon Gaither hot on his trail, and on the outside of him, the 99 of Alan Alexander. Keep an eye on those top 5. The 41 of Franco Krulik has worked his way back up to the top 5 after being put back to the back of the pack. We're going to show him one more time by, one more parade lap for the 91 of Jared Maupin. They bunch up down the backstretch. Lights are out. Jared Maupin says, "Let's go, boys." Green flag in the air. Caught him thinking about what they were going to get at Whataburger later. Here comes the 98 of Brandon Gaither up to the back bumper of the 91. They're side by side down the backstretch. Gaither edges forward and has the lead for the moment. Now they're still side by side. Woo! Gaither trying to make room for himself right down here by the front stretch. The 41 of Franco Krulik now finds himself up in third position, gets by the 99 of Alan Alexander, and he's battling against the 53 of Casey Kraus. We got a yellow. Another yellow. Well, now this is going to be interesting. It is possible that the 98 got the lead from the 91. We may have a leader change here on this restart. Looks like we got some debris right down here on the front stretch. Looks like some lead. Somebody did not bolt down their lead. That lead probably has a number on it. And if it doesn't have a number on it, it's against the rules. But we will find out who that lead belongs to. That's definitely a big problem. You don't want a 50-pound chunk of lead flying at you on the track. That's a huge, huge problem. We're going to get these guys stacked back up once again. I see the 98 of Brandon Gaither now in that first position. So Brandon Gaither in the 98 takes over the lead position from the 91 of Jared Maupin. And now the 41 of Franco Krulik finds himself up in the first row. Franco Krulik moving all the way backwards and all the way forwards here again tonight. I think we're going to go single file. So Franco Krulik will actually start in the third position. Single file for the rest of this race. We've had too many yellows, so we're going to get these guys under control with a single file restart. The 41 of Franco Krulik in third position, the 53 of Casey Kraus in fourth, and the 99 of Alan Alexander in the fifth position. Alan Alexander started this one in fifth, and after a whole bunch of shuffling, finds himself in fifth position. Looks like the 24, Paul Reyes, having to go to the back there. Lights are out around the track. Control of the race now in the hands of the 98 of Brandon Gaither. Green flag, here we go. Woo, Fox in the 25 averted and avoided the front stretch wall there, but he holds on to it. Franco Krulik all over the back bumper of the 91 of Maupin. Oh, one goes around in turn number 4. The 92 of Keelik goes around and gets it straightened back out, and we stay green. Franco Krulik now pulls up side by side with the 91 of Maupin. That's a battle for second place. Keelik goes around again in turn number 2. Pulls off the track. Looks like he's going to wait for the rest of the competitors to go by before he gets back on the track. The 99 of Alexander falls way off the pace. Looks like he's going to go off into the pits. His night is done. So Alan Alexander in the 99 not going to finish this one, but the battle for second still raging as we got the 41 of Franco Krulik and the 91 of Jared Maupin. And try to make it 3 wide going into turn number 2 is the 53 of Kraus. Kraus looks to have a fast piece on his hands, but he's got a traffic jam in front of him. Little bit of contact right there between the 41 and the 53. The 53 of Kraus trying to make some room for himself. We got 2 laps to go. 2 more laps for the 98 of Brandon Gaither. White flag in the air now for the 98 machine. Jared Maupin in the 91 finds himself back up in second position. White flag. No, we got a yellow. We got a yellow. The 92 of Keelik turns around in turn number 2 and brings out the yellow. So we are going to have a green-white checkered finish. That is absolutely not what the 98 of Brandon Gaither wanted to see at this moment. Now, I will note that this restart will be a single file restart. So he will only have to contend with the 91 of Jared Maupin, but I would not want to have to contend with that 91 machine. He's been fast, and he knows how to get around this place. Race officials checking over the order. Looks good. Our lights are out. Brandon Gaither going to have to defend against the fast 91 machine. Couple laps to go. Green flag in the air. This should be the green-white, I believe. White flag coming out next. Maupin going to try it on the high side. Gaither works on the bottom. Two very different lines getting around this track. Jared Maupin going to send it off in turn 3 and 4. Here comes the white flag. Maupin in the 91 going to try the top again. We'll see if he moves top to bottom here for the last couple turns. Meanwhile, the 98 of Gaither looking at the checkered flag in the air. 98, Brandon Gaither. Yes, sir. Oh, we had one. The 3 of Johnny Walker Brown putting out some mosquito spray there, but we haven't had mosquito problems all summer, Johnny. 98 of Brandon Gaither comes around. We're going to talk to Brandon here in just a second as soon as we get him out of that car. Brandon Gaither in the 98 machine. What an excellent race. He had an awesome battle with the 91 of Jared Maupin through most of that race. Finally found a way to get around him, working on the bottom side of the track. And through all of those restarts, finally found a way to get around him. He was the benefactor of the position on a restart. So he took the position as the yellow flag came out and held on to it for the rest of the race. There he is, getting out of the car. You can hear you now, folks. Brandon Gaither. Brandon Gaither, talk to me for just a second. Hey, what do you think about this dirt stuff, man? I know you do asphalt, but what do you think about this dirt now?
This is probably my second race in about a year since last time I won, so kind of easy.
Kind of easy. Wow.
Nah, I
Look
mean,
out.
To beat one of the best in that 91. I'm pretty pumped up about that. I've won, a lot of races the last probably 4 years, but that one tops it off for the night.
Tell me what you found on the bottom side of this track that lets you get around that 91 machine.
There weren't squirrels down there, so I really couldn't get through 3 and 4, but I could really get through 1 and 2, and I was like, well, I've made my bed, I'm gonna sleep in it now. So. And then he took off early on the restart, and I was like, well, I think he messed up there. And then once I got to him, I was like, maybe have to use him up a little bit, but I didn't.
The benefactor of that yellow flag coming out when you just took that position, so you got to bump up into that top spot. Tell me what was going through your head through all of those yellow flags that were coming out.
It's pretty normal for factory stock racing, so
that's true.
You just gotta roll with it. There's nothing really. I came out here to just have fun. I gotta thank Ronnie Schofeld. My dad pretty much cruise on it. Me and my brother travel so much for work. So it's just me and my girlfriend came out here to have fun, and it paid off in the end.
Well, I was told one time that winning is fun. So you had some fun here tonight. Thank you for all that you've done, man. You put on a show out there for us. Give him a round of applause. Brandon Gaither.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming out.
Dylan Gaither says, yeah, he might be better than me. I don't know. We need to get these guys back out on the track competing again. Dylan Gaither, I know he's got an Outlaw factory stock in the works, so we will see them together on the track once again soon. Hopefully they get that Outlaw machine put together and out here before the end of the season. But we're going to set up our next feature race. We're going to send it on down the chute. Our next race will be the Dwarf Car Series of Texas, so give them a wave as they come on down the chute. You'll hear them fire up. It'll be an angry hornet's nest coming at you. The Dwarf Car Series of Texas, I'll have your lineup momentarily. Dwarf Car Series of Texas, here they come. Starting on the pole, the 41T of Dustin Rude. He is your points leader as well in these Dwarf Car Series of Texas. Outside of him, the 15 of Ty Paxton. Row number 2, the 0 of Chris Ochoa, and the 25 of Dylan Budnick. Row number 3, James Pena from Leander, Texas in the 3, and the 22C of Cowie Moore from Leander, Texas. Row number 4, Keegan Moore in the 1K, and Landon Cybery from New Braunfels, Texas in the 72. Row number 5, the 88 of Brandon Spreen from Bernie, Texas, and the 18F of Chad Fusler from Clute, Texas. Row number 6, Keith Lisher from Temple, Texas in the 12N, and Mikey Land in the 48, the red number 48, Mikey Land from Danbury, Texas. Row number 7, I've got the 2 of Jerry Book from Corpus Christi, and the 8 of Landon Falkenberg from Belton, Texas. Row number 8, the 08 of Danielle Long, and the 95 of Kristen Steele. Kristen Steele coming from Alice, Texas. Row number 9, the 7 of Ron Thiel from Victoria, and the 14R of Dwayne Burford out of Three Rivers, Texas, just down the road. And row number 10, Charles Davidson out of Bernie, Texas in the 5, and Adam Steele in the 93 from Kingsville, Texas. It's about to get wild and willy here. These dwarf cars gonna light this track up. $22 dwarf cars, I'm counting, if I counted that right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I can't count. Need to go back to school. Need to put a reservation on that school bus to take me back. But 20 cars. Green flag about to wave. Here we go, Dwarf Car Series of Texas. Oh, look out! We got one around in turn number 2. Contact in turn number 2. Sends a whole bunch of dwarf cars flying. I told you it was about to get wild and willy, and it did. The 0 of Chris Ochoa from Salado, Texas, getting turned around in turn number 2. The 08 of Danielle Long also getting turned around up there. It's always fun to have the dwarf cars here because these are one of the only cars that you will hear shifting. You can actually hear them shift up through the gears as they get around this track, and especially on the start. You hear them shift 2, 3, 4 gears getting up to speed. So there is an added layer of complexity in these cars, much like in NASCAR. They have to shift. Now they do have sequential shifters. These motors come out of anywhere from 600 to 1,000 to maybe 1,200 cc motorcycle engines. So they do have sequential shifters. Makes it a little easier. You don't have to use the clutch. But it's really neat to hear them. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
As we get the dwarf cars lined up, looks like we will have a 2x2 restart. Wow, wow, wow. Something like that. .41T, still your leader. Dustin Rude out of Danbury, Texas. Outside of him, the 15 of Ty Paxton. Looks like the 25 of Dylan Budnick moved up one spot from 4th to 3rd. And the 22C of Cowie Moore on the outside of row 2 in 4th position. So here we go. Lights are out around the track. We'll get these guys spun up one more time. Listen to these motors as they shift through the gears coming down the front stretch. It's really neat to hear. Jeremy Hernandez looks them over and gives them the green. The top four spread out in the same order. Here comes the 72 of Landon Cybery out of New Braunfels, trying to insert himself up into the mix. Oh, another yellow. Another yellow. We got a couple facing the wrong direction in turn number 4. I believe that's the 48 of Mike Land. And the green and silver machine, not sure which one that is. These cars are so small, it's hard to see the numbers.
Give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right. Well, it looks like we've got a truck out there that wants to pick up some cars. He's eager to pick up some cars, but I'm not sure if he's going to need to. Some of these guys might be stuck together up there. I can't tell what number they are yet again. These cars are so small. The numbers are hard to see.
Coco, when mommy says stop, you say okay.
I'm just a baby.
But you still have to say okay, Mom.
I'm just a baby.
Well, it looks like we're going to put one on the truck. I believe that's the 48 of Land. And the other machine up there, the silver and green, is that the 12 in, maybe? See if we can get a number off that one. Looks like he might get it restarted. 14. Dwayne Buford, Three Rivers, Texas, in the 14 machine. It went by so fast I couldn't see the numbers that time. There's the 95, the 08 of Danielle Long, and the 14. Hey. Cleaning up the aftermath of that one. We got one on the truck, one sent to the back. We'll get these guys lined back up side by side. Get a good close look at all these cars. The 88 of Brandon Spreen out of Boerne, Texas started this one in 9th. Now he finds himself up in the top 7 or 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chris Ochoa started in 3rd, and now he finds himself in 9th after having to go to the back of the pack. Lights are out around the track, 41T. Dustin Rude, Danbury, Texas, leading him around. I think this is our first official restart? No, couldn't be. Here we go, green flag in the air. 41, Dustin Rude gets on the gas. The 72 of Landon Cyberry started in 8th, now finds himself up into the top 5 and working on the 4th position. And he does. Landon Cyberry in the 72 now finds himself in 4th. We got 3 wide going into turn number 2. Ty Paxton, the 3 of James Pena, and the 88 of Spreen all right there having a battle. That is the battle for 5th. Lap traffic now starting to get in the way of your leaders. The 95 of Kristen Steele getting lapped by your leaders. The top 4 have gone around. Here comes 5th and 6th. The 15 of Ty Paxton goes around. Oh my goodness, look out. 95 of Kristen Steele had a whole bunch of cars go around the bottom and the top. They made it out safely, but she was the meat in a sandwich that she really did not want to be a part of. Dustin Rude comes around to tick off another lap. The 25 of Dylan Budnick out of Bernie starting to track him down. Dylan Budnick in the silver 25, now up to the back bumper of the 41 of Dustin Rude, and here comes lap traffic. And wouldn't you know it, lap traffic becomes a factor. Whoa, my goodness. Dylan Budnick goes around. We've got a yellow coming out. And he goes around again. Lap traffic jumping right up in front of that 25 machine, causing him to have to spin and get on the binders. So lap traffic a factor in that yellow. I'm not sure if the 25 will get his spot back. But Budnick had just taken the lead over from the 41T of Dustin Rude after having to go through a whole mess of lap traffic. A very, very unfortunate, tough break for the 25 of Budnick if he does not get his spot back. Just absolutely had nowhere to go. Budnick in the 25, I'm sure, trying to listen to race officials, hoping upon hope that he will get his spot back. But it does not look like that's going to be the case as we get everybody else lined up 2 by 2 with the 41, Dustin Rude, back to the lead. And it does look like there's some confusion now. The 41, Dustin Rude, being held back momentarily. I see the 25 now leading the pack of cars, so maybe we do have a change here. Dylan Budnick. Well, folks, I got to be completely honest. I have no idea what's going on. There was some debris on the track. Saw that. Picked up the debris. The 25 of Budnick now finds himself in the lead. And the 41 of Rude now finds himself in the back of the pack. So I believe race officials making the decision up there in turn number 3, the 41 of Rude had to make some evasive maneuvers, but got in front of the 25 and was the reason the 25 spun out. So the 41 of Rude going to have a short amount of time to get back up through the pack to have a chance at this one. Lights are out around the track. Budnick in the 25 has control of this race. The 72 of Landon Cybery now up in second. Green flag on the way. The 22 of Cowie Moore in third. Now here comes the 0 of Ochoa. Chris Ochoa now back up to the 4th position. And right behind them, the 88 of Spreen rounds out your top 5. We got halfway, 10 laps down, 10 more to go. 10 more laps in this race. '25 of Budnick now coming under fire from the 72 of Cybery. '72 of Cybery was up to his rear fender. Fender to fender with the 25 of Budnick. Oh, they make contact, and the 72 of Cybery goes around. Yellow comes out. And we got a whole bunch of cars spun around up in turn number 4, but the reason for that yellow was the contact from the 72 of Cybery on the 25 of Budnick, your leader. So if I saw that one right, that means that the 72 of Cybery will now go back to the back of the pack. Budnick will retain the lead, and now the 22C of Cowie Moore finds himself in second place. What a mix-up! The 88 of Spreen now finds himself in third place. And the 12 in of Keith Lisher out of Temple, Texas, moves up into the 4th position. And right behind him, the 15 of Ty Paxton. Paxton, the 15 out of Boerne, Texas. Going to round out your top 5. So the 0 of Chris Ochoa still up there in turn number 4. Not sure what the issue is at the moment, but the truck is lurking. Looks like we're going to give a push to the 0 of Chris Ochoa out in turn number 4. We'll see if he can get that machine refired. That 0 machine has always been fast through the night. I'm not sure if he will get his spot back, but the yellow came out. And because he spun, he might have to go to the back. We'll keep an eye on the 0 machine. If he gets his spot back, he does appear to be passing a whole bunch of cars. Budnick, Moore, Spreen, the 12 in of Lisher, your top 4. Don't look now, folks, but the 41T of Dustin Rude, your points leader, who got sent back to the back a few laps ago. Now he finds himself up in the top 10. And every yellow flag that we have just allows him to get closer and closer to the front of this pack. So keep an eye on that 41T machine. '72 of Landon Cybery having to go to the back. Race officials trying to get him set into the right spot. For a moment, we did see the black flag in the hands of Jeremy Hernandez, our flag man. Looks like we may go single file restart, and that's what's going to happen. Single file restarts for the rest of this race. Keith Lisher in the 12 in machine, that blue car. was the benefactor of several cars going to the back. Now he finds himself up in the 4th position. We'll keep an eye on that 12 machine. Ty Paxton in the 15 rounds out your top 5. Lights are out around the track, and here we go. Green flag for the 25 of Dylan Budnick. Budnick in the 25 gets out to a really, really good early lead for this restart. And lap traffic going to be a factor yet again as they get around the 95. Kristen Steele, your top 4 gets around. Now the top 5 gets around that lap traffic. 6, 7, the 4T. 41T Dustin Rude now up into 7th position, but the white flag is out. White smoke coming from the 15 of Ty Paxton. Will he be able to finish this race? Here comes the 25 of Budnick. Gonna take the checkered flag. Cowie Moore 2nd. Brandon Spreen in 3rd. Dylan Budnick in the 25 machine from Boerne, Texas, showing us how to get it done. We'll observe as he unfolds and unwraps himself and gets out of that car. It's quite interesting to see these guys, how they lay and fold and tuck themselves into these cars. But we'll talk to Dylan Budnick here in just a second and see how this race went for him. There he is, the helmet's off. Dylan Budnick can hear you now. We're going to talk to Dylan. Dylan, talk to us about that race. You saw the 41T in front of you for most of the first half of that race, and then he was no longer in front of you. Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, lap traffic just worked in my favor, but wish he would have kept it clean like I've kept it on him all year. But that's racing, I guess.
Hey, sometimes that happens. There was some lap traffic involved with that as well. There was some evasive maneuvers that we saw. But hey, the benefactor of a yellow flag that came out. How was this track for you tonight? Was this track to your liking? Did it just work out tonight?
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. I luckily picked the right gear, and it was around the bottom, and it was going to be a hard car to outrun in a straightaway, and I just had to protect the bottom and get the speed down the straights.
Protecting the bottom. Man, you made it look really easy out there after you got by that 41 machine. Who do you have to thank for making this car fast here tonight?
My wife and kid, Landon over there. My dad helps every race day, and the track for prepping it. It's a night and day different.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that's great to hear. It's great to hear that you like the track. We put in a lot of work for it. Once again, give him a big round of applause to 25 Dylan Budnick from Boerne, Texas. Shows us how to get it done in the Dwarf Car Series of Texas feature race tonight. Well, let's see what we got coming up next. I've got limited modifieds on my schedule, so we should see some limited modifieds coming down the chute. We've got 3 more races, including this race. 3 more races set for the rest of the night. Limited modified feature race. I got to tell you, folks, they're racing for $1,000 tonight. $1,000 on the line, but possibly more important than that, Natty Light going to these racers, depending on how they finish, plus an extra $10 added to 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th places. So a good contingency prize here for the limited modified, sponsored by Swinson Race Products. The 879 of Marcus Meckelcheck starting on the pole. Outside of him, the 77 of Cody Beto. Row 2, the 1T of Nathan Titzman. And outside of him, the white BD2, that's Daniel Preston. Row number 3, the 14, the orange 14, that's James Cole out of San Antonio, Texas. Then we've got the red, white 95S of Sterling Tausch. He is your points leader. Row number 4, the 91, the black and red 91, Jared Maupin from College Station joining us in a limited modified here tonight. The 11X of Brian Harbison out of Floresville, and bringing up the rear, the 7 of Lupe Gomez. Lights are out, green flag in the air, limited modifieds, here they come. We make it through turns 1 and 2 safely. The 879 of Marcus Meckelcheck jumps out to the early lead against the 77 of Cody Beto. Here comes the red number 1T of Nathan Titzman out of Corpus Christi. Jumps up into that 3rd spot. Well, he started in 3rd. And after the shuffle, he finds himself back up in 3rd. $879 to Marcus Meckelcheck, just going to town here, not wasting any time. The battle on the track right now is between the 77 of Cody Beto and the BD2 of Daniel Preston. Both of these guys coming up from Corpus Christi, Texas, the white BD2 and the black and red 77. We'll keep an eye on those two as they go to battle on the bottom side of the track. All of these racers in the limited modifieds, noting the bottom side of the track appears to be fast. So all of these guys are tiptoeing around the bottom. The 11X of Brian Harbison started this thing in the back in 8th position. Now he finds himself up into the top 5. Looks like a little bit of a battle heating up right now between the 91 of Jared Maupin and the 1T of Nathan Titzman. We're halfway, 10 laps down, 10 more to go for the 879 of Marcus Meckelcheck. The BD2, Daniel Preston, now up to the back bumper again. of the 77 of Cody Beto. They keep it clean so far. Daniel Preston makes some room for himself. Preston on the bottom and gets by the 77 of Cody Beto. Lap traffic now sitting in front of your leader, the 7 of Lupe Gomez, right in front of the 879 of Marcus Mekelchek. Here comes the 91 of Jared Maupin now working against the 77 of Cody Beto. Beto and Maupin. Maupin trying to make some room for himself on the bottom. Using a little bit of that front fender. It's got to get on the binders. Not going to happen that time around for the 91 of Maupin, but here he comes yet again. He pulls up alongside the 77 of Beto. Now he's got room for himself. Maupin ever so gingerly takes over the third position, and we got a yellow. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. I thought we were going to go wire to wire, but no such luck in the limited modifieds here tonight. We got an infield tractor trailer up in turn number 3. Those infield tractor tires, man, they can jump out at you on any time. They have been known to move 10 feet or more on their own, according to the drivers. Now, I've never seen it happen, but that's what the drivers tell me. Those infield tractor tires just move. The 879 of Marcus Mekelchek, definitely not what he wanted to see at the end of this race. We're going to get him lined up side by side, but he loses an entire 2 turns worth of a lead, and now he's got the BD2 of Daniel Preston and the 91 of Jared Maupin all over his back bumper for the closing laps of this race. So it might get a little bit western here, folks. Buckle in. Last few laps coming. Here they come to the green flag. Marcus Mekelchek leads them around. Oh, we got a big melee in turn number 2. Cars going every direction. I see the 95 of Sterling Tausch got turned around. The 77 of Cody Beto. Looks like everybody was able to make it through with only a few scrapes and bruises. A little bit of sheet metal damage there for the 95 of Sterling Tausch. Looks like the whole right side of the greenhouse on that machine is caved in. It's caved in such a way that it might have a positive effect on his aerodynamics. I'm not an expert, but we'll see what happens. The 77 of Cody Beto trying to get his spot back. We go green flag racing as Cody Beto takes off down the backstretch. Once again, $1,000 on the line for this race tonight. And the 879 of Marcus Mekelchek showing him how to get around. The 14 of James Cole pulls off into the pits. James Cole not going to be able to continue in this one. But now the 91 of Jared Maupin finds himself up into the top 3 with the white flag in the air. Marcus Mekelchek in the 879 coming down from Corpus Christi, gonna take the checkered flag in this feature race. 91 of Jared Maupin had a good battle right there with the BD2 of Daniel Preston. That was the battle for second and third. Daniel Preston taking second, Jared Maupin taking third. Now, of course, there will be tech down in the pits. These drivers will have to make sure that their cars pass tech in order to take the $1,000 home. But for now, the 879 of Marcus Mekelchek, we're going to talk to him as he gets out of that car. Marcus Mekelchek getting unbuckled, unbuttoned, getting the helmet off. He'll be able to hear you in just a second. Oh, we got the water truck coming out too. This could get real interesting for our next two feature races. Marcus Mekelchek, there he is. He can hear you now. Give him a cheer, folks. We're going to talk to him. Marcus, tell me, did you just know that the bottom was going to be where you needed to be tonight, or was that luck? Tell me about that.
Man, we lucked out starting there with the winning the first heat race and stuff, and it looked like the rest of it was pretty dusty pulling out here, so just kind of figured that's where we'd end up.
Tiptoeing around the bottom, man, you made it look good. Hey, you almost ran this thing wire to wire, and then that yellow flag came out. What was going on through your head as that yellow flag came out?
Where's Jared Maupin at?
Well, he was a few cars behind you, but man, I tell you, he was coming up pretty quickly, but you were able to hold him off. I don't know how much did you know that you had a lead there? Did you know that?
No, not really. I figured I didn't hear no one, so we just kind of tried to keep the same pace and not burn the tires off of it.
Well, there you go, man. It worked out for you tonight. You made it look really strong. The 879 had some strong power there tonight. Who do you have to thank for that car tonight?
Man, I got to give a big shout out to Joe Armandia, his family, and James Cole and Casey and everyone down in the pits helping us. And I want to give a big thank you to my wife for coming out and being such a great support system and allowing me to do all this.
There you go. Well, big round of applause for Marcus Mekelchek in the 879. As long as he passes tech, he'll pick up that $1,000. I'm sure that had an impact on whether he was coming to race here tonight, but $1,000 in his hands. And probably some Natty Light, I heard, for these limited modified drivers. And that always gets them going. Of course, they'll have to make sure to do that after the races. Well, here we go. Next race, we got the Sport Compacts coming out. Sport Compacts will be up next, and then we'll have our final race, the IMCA Modifieds. And once again, the Modifieds are racing for $1,000 to win, sponsored by Sundowner Performance Diesel. We got the water truck out there putting just a little bit of a light misting up on the top of the track. We're going to try to work the top of the track in so we can have a couple different lanes of racing for these last couple races. So as we get the water put out, we're going to pack it in a little bit. Everybody sit tight. We'll get some tunes on the radio.
Georgia, he was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind, way behind, and willing to make a deal. When it came across this young man picking a guitar and playing it hot. The devil jumped up on a hickory stump, said, boy, let me tell you what. Well, I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a guitar player too. And if you care to take this dare, I'll make a bet with you. You're a pretty good strummer, boy, but give the devil his due. I'll bet a guitar of gold against your soul that says I'm better than you. But the boy said, my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet. You're gonna regret I'm the best that's ever been. Finished. Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son. Well, sit your old in that chair right there and let me show you how the it's done. Bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat, and he laid that gold guitar down on the ground at Johnny's feet. And Johnny said, devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a I'm the best that's ever been.
All right, while we get the track packed in here with our sport compacts rolling around the top, I'm going to announce our go-kart results here. So in the youth division, 7 years old and younger, the youth division, first place goes to the ADT of Adolph Tracy, and second place in the 01G goes to Jaden Gray. Adolph Tracy in first and Jaden Gray in second in the youth division. Up next in the juniors, 5 competitors there. In fifth, we had Cecily Johnson in the 5, Allison Borlis in the 199 in fourth position. In third position, the 82, Cheston Margraf. In second position, the 13 of Tucker Kemp, or I believe it's Kempy. And in first place, the 29B of Bo Payton. Bo Payton picking up the first position for the juniors here, 8 to 10 years old. For the seniors, 11 to 15 years old seniors, in third place, Blaine Margraf picking up third place in the 6 machine. In second place, the 15P, Abigail Zambonati. And in first place, the 1T, Gage Urbanovsky. Congratulations to Gage for picking up the win there in the seniors. All right, next up, the adult predator carts. Had a good group of adult predator carts in here. And Once again, I know a few of them that are for sale, so if you're interested in getting into the adult predator carts, let me know. I could probably find you a cart to get into. But in 8th position, the 6 of Dylan Gaither. In 7th position, the 6-inch of Brandon Stevens. In 6th position, the 2K of Keel Van Blarkum. In 5th position, the 01 of Riker Hernandez, who's going to start this race on the pole, the 55, Riker Hernandez, driving the 01 cart. In 4th position, now there's going to be a little side poking for this one, but the 14 of John Hernandez, grandpa to Riker Hernandez, John Hernandez picks up 4th position. And then we got a whole slew of Van Blarkums here. In 3rd position in the 11 cart, Noah Van Blarkum. 2nd position in the 00, Jimbo Van Blarkum. And picking up the win in the 15, Andy Van Blarkum. In the adult predator cart, 16 to adult. Good little race out there. Once again, a nice, fun way to get into racing if you've never done it before. You could probably get yourself into an adult predator cart for under $1,500. Now, the 43 of Jennifer Kidd is out there in turn number 2 facing the wrong direction. And I don't know what happened there. Did she get spun around? Just trying to talk to the race officials there. It's just a little bit slippery out there, as the 70 of Rod Tate just found out.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome. Living our dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I gonna win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same. I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream.
3, 2, 1, go. Have you heard the news? Everyone's talking. Life is good cause everything's awesome. Lost my job, that's a new opportunity. More free time for my awesome community. I feel more awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later I shot the frosting. Smelling like a blossom. Everything is awesome. Empty mud, got new brown shoes. Awesome to win and it's awesome to lose. Awesome to lose. Awesome to lose.
better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I gonna win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same, I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dreams.
Blue skies, bouncy springs. We just named two awesome things. A Nobel Prize, a piece of string. You know what's awesome? Everything. Dogs and fleas. Allergies. A book of Greek antiquities. Brand new pants. A very old vest. Awesome items are the best. Trees, drums, clogs. They're awesome. Rocks, clocks, and socks. They're awesome. Figs and jigs and twigs. That's awesome. Everything you see or think or say is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dreams.
All right, looks like we're just about ready to go back to racing action. Starting on the pole for the Sport Compact feature race with the 55 of Riker Hernandez. Outside of him, the 88 of Justin Sitterly. Row number 2, the black number 8, the 8-ball Robert Kelm. And outside of him, the other Hernandez brother, the 28 Levi Hernandez. Row number 3, the 21 Sean Tracy. Outside of him, the silver bullet, the 33 of Jamie Garner. Row number 4, the 32 of Joshua Garcia, and the bright pink 76Y, that's Donald Lewis. Row number 5, the 3% Sam Walker, the purple and pink and black. Outside of her, the 2 ladies, the 43 of Jennifer Kidd, the 70 of Rod Tate brings up the rear. The 88 of Justin Sitterly, not sure what happened there, but he moved back 3 positions there. Fell way back. Now he's got his work cut out for him, trying to get back up to the front. Riker Hernandez in the 55 jumps out to the early lead, but here comes the 28 of Levi Hernandez. Riker and Levi out of San Antonio, Texas here on the east side. Your top 2. Excuse me, the 8, Robert Kelm, jumps up into the 3rd position right in front of the 33 of Jamie Garner. Robert Kelm, always a fast racer here in the Sport Compacts. We'll keep an eye on him. Riker Hernandez still your leader and now putting distance on the rest of the pack. I'm not sure if that was a strategy that he and his brother thought up there, but Levi Hernandez defending his brother from the rest of the pack. Here comes the 88 of Justin Sitterly now. Justin Sitterly up to the back bumper of Robert Kelm. Makes some room for himself in the 88. Sitterly on the bottom. Working that back bumper of the 8 machine. They make a little contact coming out of turn 4. And it looks like they trade places. Look out, the 28, Levi Hernandez, got loose coming out of turn 2. Loses a bunch of position. Now he's going to have to battle against the 88 and the 8. 8, 8, 8. 8, 8, 8, 8. Riker Hernandez working his way through lap traffic. Gets around the 76Y of Donald Lewis. Riker Hernandez wove and weaved and ducked and bobbed and dodged 3 cars of lap traffic. Now he's got a whole bunch of distance between himself and his brother in the 28. Levi Hernandez in second place. Oh, we got one stuck up in turn number 2. We got to throw the yellow flag. Evasive maneuvers by the 43 of Jennifer Kidd and the 28, Levi Hernandez. Looks like the 21T is Sean Tracy losing power up there in turn number 2. Well, we're going to have a restart. Things are about to get really interesting. So here's what I'm going to be watching for, folks. The 8 of Robert Kelm and the 88 of Justin Sitterly. Well, never mind. He just went off into the pits. So the 88 of Justin Sitterly, I thought had a really good chance after this restart, but it looks like he's not going to be able to continue as he pulled it off into the pits. So we've got the black 55, the silver 28, the black 8, the silver 33, the black and green 70, and then the pink 76Y there. That is your top 5 and 6. Looks like we got to get these guys lined up. For a moment there, I thought we were going to throw a cone out there like they do in NASCAR and have them pick top side and bottom side. 76Y, Donald Lewis, not in the right position. Our race director there, making sure that Donald Lewis saw his booty. Here we go, green flag in the air. Riker Hernandez takes off early down the backstretch. Now we'll see how well the 28 of Levi Hernandez plays defense, and yet again I am made a fool because the 28 of Levi Hernandez loses power down the backstretch. '28 of Hernandez having all sorts of trouble there. Sounds like he's got it in the wrong gear. He has to pull off the track. Levi Hernandez in the 28 leaves his brother to fend for himself, but it looks like he's doing a pretty good job. Riker Hernandez putting distance on the rest of the field, but here comes the yellow flag. But we get him slowed down here. 55, Riker Hernandez started this one on the pole and has never looked back. But now he's probably trying to check for that rear view mirror that he doesn't have. Dirt track cars don't have rear view mirrors, if you didn't know. No mirrors in these cars. So Riker Hernandez knows that he's got a whole pack of cars up there right behind him. Lights go out. We'll see when he starts this race. Looks like he's going to hold him up. And, well, now the 21T of Sean Tracy was a little bit confused. So no green flag there. The leader of the race had not started. So the lights went out, but that does not mean the green flag is out. That just means that the starter can start the race. The 55 of Riker Hernandez did not indicate that he was starting the race. So we will reset the lineup yet again. It was a good effort. He passed so many cars. Now the lights are out. Now the 55 of Riker Hernandez gets on the gas and decides to start this race. Here we go. '33 of Jamie Garner jumps up into the second position right in front of Robert Kelm. Gets the early edge on that restart. We'll see if Robert Kelm uses the front bumper to move him out of the way. Robert Kelm making some room for himself down on the bottom. Oh, look out, the 21 of Tracy getting all sorts of crazy up there in turn 1 and 2. He holds on to it, but I think he's got a flat tire. Tracy having more problems in turn 3 and 4. Tries to get that car back under control, but it looks like a flat tire or some problems there on the right rear. Tracy pulls off right in front of your leader, Riker Hernandez. White flag in the air for your leader now. Robert Kelm jumps back out in front of the 33 of Garner. Checkered flag in the air, the fireball, 55, Riker Hernandez. Takes the win. Robert Kelm in the 8-ball picks up second. Jamie Garner, the 33 in the silver bullet. Riker Hernandez picks up feature win number 2. We'll talk to him in just a second. Proud Papa up there in the starter's booth. Flagman getting the front row seat up there for his win. And his brother there, Levi Hernandez, coming down to congratulate him. Another feature win for his younger brother right there in the 55. He led it from wire to wire. Nobody got past him. And he held on to just show us how to get around this track in a sport compact. So we'll talk to Riker Hernandez here as soon as he gets his helmet off. I see his helmet there. He's popping out of the car. There he is, Riker Hernandez. Yes, sir. Now, Riker, talk to me for just a second. How did you and your brother decide who was going to play defense and who was going to play offense there in that feature race? Did you flip a coin?
No, just mainly luck.
Well, hey, he held off the rest of the pack as long as he could until his car gave out. But he did a good job of playing defense for you. But, man, tell us what was going through your head as those laps were closing down and you were in control of this race.
Really nothing. Shaggy. Very nice.
Nothing. He's watching his dad up there, making sure that his dad had a green flag in hand for the rest of this race. But, hey, tell us, who makes this car fast for you guys? Who helps you work on these cars? There he is right there. That guy.
A lot of people that really helped out. Mainly my dad for knowing all what to do.
There you go.
Right. And in memory of Cheyenne.
There you go. In memory of Cheyenne is what I just heard. This is feature race win number 2 for you this year. How many more you got in you? How many more are we going to expect to see in this 55 car?
Hopefully 2 more.
Hopefully 2 more. We'll all be watching as you go out there and try for 2 more. But a big round of applause for the 55, Riker Hernandez. He's got the fire on his fire suit right there, the fireball himself. It's always good to see him pick up a win out here. He did it in good fashion. But we're going to send him back around and get these IMCA modifieds out here for their feature race.
Yellow model cheese, yellow bottle sipping, yellow Lamborghini, yellow top missing. Yeah, yeah. Look like a toupee. I get what you get in 10 years, in 2 days. Ladies love me, I'm on my cool J. If you get what I get, what would you say? She wax it all off, Mr. Miyagi. And them suicide doors, Ari Kari. Look at me now, look at me now, oh. I'm getting paper, look at me now, oh. Look at me now, yeah. Fresh to the
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. Yeah.
Can I get an encore?
Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn boys. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll. Now what the hell are you waiting for? After me, there should be no more. So for one last time, make some noise.
Get him, Jay.
Who you know fresher than Ho? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can none of y'all mirror me back? Yeah, hear me rap, it's like hand G rapping his prime. I'm young H.O., raps Grateful Dead. Back to take over the globe, now break bread. I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express. Out the country, but the blueberries still connect. On the low, but the yacht got a triple deck. But when you young, what you expect? Yep, yep. Grand opening, grand closing. Damn your manhole, crack the can open again. Who you gonna find opening?
So here we are at our final race. The feature race for the IMCA Modifieds tonight. IMCA Modifieds here at I-37, sponsored by Price Chevrolet. But tonight, $1,000 Fast Shaft Qualifier, sponsored by Sundowner Diesel Performance. And starting on the pole will be the 163 of Hardy Henderson out of Harker Heights, Texas. Outside of him, the 8JR of Logan Dinsmore out of Kerrville. Row number 2 will be Rick Green in the 82 machine. Outside of him will be the 48R of Raymond McSpadden out of Buda, Texas. Row number 3, Ryan Doyon from Lacoste, Texas, and Brenda Kirby in the 94B. Row number 4, the 94 of Chris Morris from Taylor, Texas. Outside of him, the 715 of JP Dowell out of Killeen. Row number 5, the 89 is Stephen Whitaker Jr. and the 82C of Chris Carroll from Spring Branch, Texas. Row number 6, the 22Z of Daryl Boyd from Bernie, and the 2 of Arian Gassman. We're about to go green. Bringing up the rear is the 28 of Marlon Sanford. Here we go. Little bit of a slow start there in turn number 4 for the 2 of Arian Gassman and the 28 of Marlon Sanford, but we stay green. Looks like Marlon Sanford going to take it off into the infield. 163. Hardy Henderson from Harker Heights, Texas, your leader. Oh, we got a little crossed up in turn number 2. One of the 94 machines goes around. I believe that is Chris Morris's 94. That's correct. That's the green wheels. Chris Morris got spun around, but I think he was just making evasive maneuvers there. I don't think that he was the cause of that mess, but we'll see what happens with the lineup. .163 Hardy Henderson from Harker Heights, Texas. Man, that's a mouthful right there. Hardy Henderson, Harker Heights, Texas. Woo! In the 163, still your leader, but we're gonna see if we have a full lap complete or if we're gonna go to a complete restart. Looks like the tow truck is lurking. We may have another victim of tow truck here up there in turn number 1. as the lineup gets sorted, it looks like we will call a complete lap. So we will have a Texas two-step style restart for the IMCA modifieds. Hardy Henderson in the 163 will have the choice of lane and when to start this race as soon as the lights go out. 8JR of Logan Dinsmore still in the second position, and the 82 of Rick Green and the gray and orange 82 will be in third position. Rick Green out of Bertram, Texas, coming down from up north. Raymond McSpadden from Buda, Texas, also coming down from up north. Good to see Raymond out here in that pretty orange and blue and yellow 48R machine. Outside of him will be the 5R of Ryan Doyon. That'll make up row number 3. And then we got the 94B, Brenda Kirby, in row number 4 on the inside, and paired up with her on her outside is the 89, Stephen Whitaker Jr. I tell you what, folks, we got a stout field of IMCA modifieds out here tonight. Any one of these cars that are out there on the track, you could see in victory lane on any given night here at I-37. These guys are tough. So this is going to be a good finish to the evening. Lights are out around the track. Hardy Henderson holds them up until turn 4. Now we go green. Oh, we got 2 wide coming out of turn 2, the 5R of Ryan Doyon and the 48R of Raymond McSpadden. Doyon on the top, McSpadden on the bottom. Now they're coming under fire from the 89 of Whitaker. Oh, look out, the 2 of Arian Gassman coming into contact with the front stretch wall. About to get swallowed up by your leaders. Chris Morris makes it 3 wide on the outside of turn 2. Thinks better of it, gets on the binders. Chris Carroll and JP Dowell right in front of him. Oh, 22Z Daryl Boyd goes around in turn number 2. We'll see if he can get it refired. Not in time. Daryl Boyd in the 22Z bringing out that yellow flag. Gets spun around up there in turn number 2. We're going to get these guys stacked up once again. Little bit of a shake-up in the top 5. We've got the 163 of Hardy Henderson, still your leader, but now the 82 of Rick Green finds himself in second position, and the 8JR of Logan Dinsmore finds himself in third. Oh no, I take that back. That's the 5. Ryan Doyon up in third, and Dinsmore back to 4th. The 89 of Whitaker in 5th. Whitaker just got around the 48 of McSpadden and the 94B of Brenda Kirby. Looks like our lineup is good. We'll get them set 2 by 2 for our restart. Stephen Whitaker Jr. in the 89, just working his way up gradually through the field. Keep an eye on that orange and black 89 machine. Lights are out around the track. All eyes on the 163 who holds him up to turn number 4. Now he lets him go. Green flag. Whitaker Jr. going to make it 3 wide going down the backstretch. 2 wide with the 82 of Rick Green now as he works his way up to battle for the 4th spot. Oh no, another caution out for the 22Z of Darrell Boyd. It goes around again in turns 1 and 2. So we'll get the lineup squared away again. Lights are out. Harvey Henderson on the pole. Hardy Henderson. Rick Green up to his back bumper. Green flag comes out. Once again, $1,000 on the line for the winner of this race. $1,000 and a qualifier for the Fast Shafts All-Star Invitational up at Boone, Iowa for the IMCA Nationals. Hardy Henderson working on that lead, putting some more distance between himself and the 5 and 82 machines. Three wide, getting into turn number 2. Whitaker, Green, and Doyon. Whitaker trying to make some room for himself on the bottom. Whitaker still working against the 82 of Rick Green. The 5 of Doyon is there as well. Here comes the 8 of Dinsmore now on the bottom. The 2 of Arian Gassman jumps down to the bottom side of the track right in front of your leader, who narrowly avoids that lap traffic there. Arian Gassman pulls off into the infield. Meanwhile, the 89 Whitaker Jr. still trying to work on the bottom side against the 82 of Rick Green. Brenda Kirby in the 94B off the pace a little bit that lap. Looks like she had some problems in turn number 4. The 89 of Stephen Whitaker Jr. now gets around the 82 of Rick Green, finds himself in second place. The laps are winding down. Does he have enough time to get back up to your leader? 163 of Hardy Henderson has put quite the distance on the rest of the field, and laps are winding down. 20 laps was the scheduled distance, 20 laps. And I see the white flag coming out. Just a few more laps to go. Battle brewing for third position between the 82 of Rick Green and the 8 of Dinsmore. Dinsmore on the bottom. Trying to make the bottom side work. Two laps to go. 2 laps for the 163 of Hardy Henderson. I think he's going to hold on to this one unless a yellow flag comes out. Time is running out for the 89 of Stephen Whitaker. White flag now in the air for the 163 machine. White flag. Checkered flag now in the air for Hardy Henderson. Stephen Whitaker Jr. picks up second place. And third position gonna go to Rick Green. What a race for the IMCA Modifieds, my goodness. Hardy Henderson just put on a show for us tonight. Now we'll have the IMCA claim procedures here. Top 4 cars will have an opportunity to make any claims that they may want to claim. And if everything looks good, we'll send them all off into tech.
Hey, go help Derek and see what that other one
You guys that are headed home, be home. Make it home safely. Watch out for the crazies on I-37. Leave the racing to the drivers on the track. Hardy Henderson getting his helmet off out there. We'll get him unpacked and unraveled from that machine, that beautiful 163 IMCA Modifieds. And there he is, folks, popping out. Hardy Henderson from Harker Heights, Texas. Your winner tonight for the IMCA Modified, sponsored by Price Chevrolet, and contingency prizes sponsored by Sundowner Diesel Performance. Hardy Henderson, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Well, it's been a little while since I've won one, and it's been a long time since I won one down here. But first of all, I want to thank the Lord up above for giving me the chance to do this.
Amen.
And then I got a lot of people I need to thank. I need to thank my son, JHR Racing. I wouldn't even have this car if it wasn't for him helping me and helping pay the bills. And then we got McElroy Trucking that we need to thank. Lethal Chassis, David Strimmy, the old NASCAR driver, he built this car, does a great job. Remax, we want to thank them. They're one of my helpers. And thank you fans for coming out and helping us do this.
Yes, sir. Man, you put on an absolute show tonight. Showed us how to get around this track. What'd you think about the track?
The track's awesome. We've had a lot of fun the last 2 times we've been here, and the drivers have been great. And, you know, I want to thank them, too. We kept it clean, and I had a lot of fun.
There you go. Winning is fun, as I've been told. Give a big round of applause for Hardy Henderson from Harker Heights, Texas. Showing us how to get it done here tonight. There with Rick Green. Lethal Chassis. I think there's quite a few Lethal Chassis out there tonight. I believe Chris Morris is in a Lethal Chassis. Probably Brenda Kirby also in a Lethal Chassis. Well, you guys make it home safe. Get back out here in a couple weeks to see us again. Hopefully the heat will go away. Hopefully we'll get some rain out here. But until then, everybody make it home safe. I believe we got the late models coming out next time, later in the month, late models. So be sure to jump back out here when we've got our next race. Thank you.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you us alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means